Clint Eastwood's new movie, Richard Jewell, it's already controversial. It actually just opened today. It tells the story of the Atlanta security guard who was falsely accused in the deadly 96 Summer Olympics bombing. Initially, it's the, I guess, investigation into him started because he was the one who found the bombs. As the film actually shows, it was not unreasonable for the feds to investigate this theory, although leaking that fact to the media was unconscionable. And that is what happened. But to really drive in the fake news media aspect of this movie, critics say the movie also depicts a female journalist who uses sex to get what she wants from her sources. The reporter depicted in the film, though, Kathy Scruggs, is actually a real woman, and there's no evidence of this behavior whatsoever. Also, she's not alive to defend herself. As far as the discussion overall, I want you to take a look at what one Fox News host has to say on this subject.
Just as an example, this happens all the time. Watkins was a reporter for many, many years at many distinguished publications. She slept with one of her sources, allegedly, for 4 years and broke a lot of scoops, according to this Politico report here. So it happens a lot.
I do have a problem with what you said. I don't think that most women reporters.
I don't say most women reporters. Male reporters could do it too. I'm just saying it happens. I'm saying it's happened many times in the past.
Okay, there's more. The Philadelphia Inquirer's Will Bunch actually compared his experience watching the movie to a Trump rally, saying at some point during those 2 hours in the dark, maybe the attack on the FBI as a rogue outfit using trickery to frame innocent people, or the depiction of journalists as immoral enemies of the people, or the swelling agitprop of applause lines about common folks under attack from our two most powerful forces, the United States government and the media, I began to wonder if I made a wrong turn.
I'm trying to figure out who's more egregious here, Clint Eastwood or Jesse Waters. But it's not going to take long. It's definitely Jesse Waters.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
So I'm going to get back to Clint Eastwood in a second. But for Jesse Waters, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, he cites one case, and by the way, that is not necessarily true at all in that case. She says that she never used him as a source. They happen to be dating. So, and then he extrapolates it to, come on, female reporters sleep with their sources all the time. What? No, we don't. We don't know that at all. That's the thing you just made up with one example that is not necessarily true at all, and a fictional movie, which is definitely not true.
Right.
So, but that's what's in his head. He thinks male reporter. Then later and that's what causes Juan Williams to guffaw. He's like, well, it could be male reporters too. Oh yeah, sure, Jesse, that's what you meant. He thinks female reporter. I mean, come on, what's she doing? She must have slept her. But to be fair to Jesse Waters, I mean, all they do at Fox News under Roger Ailes, Bill O'Reilly, et cetera, was sexual harassment. So I'm kidding about being fair to him. It's like that's the toxic culture that certainly was Fox News and might still be Fox News, judging by Jesse Waters' reaction there. But back to Clint Eastwood for one second as well. Look, unquestionably amazing lifelong director. On the other hand, I mean, he's become a Foxified version of himself. And so now these movies are comical, they're ridiculous. So, oh yeah, the FBI is out to get people. Oh, they're always scamming things, and oh, the media, they're the worst, they're the enemy. Clint Eastwood could have done a movie about 1,000 different things, and he has. He happened to pick Richard Jewell as a topic for this exact reason. It's just really, really sad to see him deteriorate in this way.
I mean, he had a movie. I actually interviewed Clint Eastwood a year ago for a movie called The Mule. It was about an older man who was a drug mule for one of some of the biggest cartels. And it just seems like Clint Eastwood has a knack for picking films that have that tonality or that kind of sensationalist angle. There was a tweet from a woman afterwards who was completely right in the fact that it was unfair for them to depict this woman, as you said, Brooke, who has passed on, that can't defend herself, and also to say that all women journalists sleep with men to get stories. First of all, I've never heard that ever, so I don't know where I've never heard that, and I'm glad I haven't, because I wouldn't believe that. But I feel like in a story like this, Clint Eastwood should have known better. I mean, he is still alive. He is an older man, but you are familiar of what rhetoric is in the world in regards to marginalized groups of people. As far as women's rights, you think he would have thought a little bit differently before depicting that person in that light in this picture?
Yeah, but I think unfortunately that's who he is.
I was just gonna say, I think this is who he is. I think we've learned some things in the past few years. I think for sure this is who he is. I don't know if it's who he's always been, but I think this is pretty on brand. But I want to say something about what you were talking about, Jesse Waters. I forgot even watching that for a second, like Fox's history of sexual harassment allegations and I guess like proof and settlements and all of that. So just like having the gall to say that while knowing that, and also next to your two women, I don't know if they call themselves reporters, but just it almost seems like I can't imagine being okay with behaving like that. Like, and they were all kind of like, I don't know. It just was, and Juan was, he struggles a lot, it seems there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, I mean, here we are, we're doing this panel. The three of us are a little different background, right? And if you said, well, you know, all Muslims, all people born Muslim are more violent, and everybody laughed and we went along, I'd be like, well, wait. I was born Muslim. I don't, no, that's not true, right?
Right.
And so, it's a toxic stew over there. It's just the worst. On Clint Eastwood, I don't know who he always was either politically. You know, you have those vigilante movies that he did, and it was a little bit of an era for that. But at the same time, there was like this disgruntled white male vigilante that was the hero in a lot of those movies. On the other hand, a lot of his movies have had amazing moral complexity. Unforgiven, but Mystic River, so many others, right? So he's a great director through the middle of his career for sure. But now he's gone back to black and white, and literally sometimes black and white. And this is a very obvious political borderline propaganda movie.
Absolutely.
And it's brazen and it's cheap. And I wish he hadn't done it because I think he's done some great work and I think it diminishes his career. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.